So let's go through some games that I have played. Like I said, I didn't want to make a lot of recommendations about these things, but I'll give you some experiences I've had with some of the different games and activities. I think on the Quest and probably a lot of these systems, oh, my strap's coming off, and my eye cushion's coming off here. Beat Saber is excellent to get a feel for VR. I don't know if you can play that sitting down. You might be able to play it with an arm without chairs, for example. I think you probably could. I haven't tried that, but that's one where you're basically standing still and you're swinging your swords, basically, these sabers, in rhythm to as these boxes come towards you, and you hit the boxes as they come in. So there's a free demo on that. That's a good one to get started on. One that's a little more exercise oriented, I thought, was Synth Rider, like a synthesizer, Synth Rider. So that one was similar, but you had like globes on your hand, and you follow the rhythm, and again you're kind of pushing boxes and following beams and stuff. But this has a little bit more physical movement in it, I thought, but not too bad. So I thought that was a good low impact to kind of get you worked up a little bit more, a little more heartbeat going. Most of these games that you're going to see are going to be more contemporary dance style music or contemporary style dance music, very beat driven, which would kind of make sense because that's the idea, is you're doing something according to a beat. But there's a lot of variety up there. I was playing a dance game, and they had some Earth, Wind, and Fire stuff on there, so it was kind of like they did have some more, I'll call them a little bit older pieces of music on there that you could dance to, and that was pretty cool too. So Super Hot, that's a big one, especially for gamers, young gamers. So that's one that, again, there's a free demo on that on the Quest as well. That's a good PC type game. It's a shooter, if you like that sort of thing. Definitely will get you moving, get you turning around and going all kinds of movements and everything. So that can get really strenuous. So, and plus it can get you pretty frustrated too. But that's not a bad, something just to experience. Now there's other games that I've tried and I've really enjoyed was Down the Rabbit Hole. That's a sit-down puzzle game, and it's based on Alice in Wonderland. It's got really cute characters and great voice acting. The mechanics of moving around they're pretty easy to get used to. And the downside, for me at least, is sometimes the puzzles get kind of difficult. So what you can do is, if you like this sort of game, but the puzzles are frustrating, I either have my phone or my tablet nearby, and I'll just keep it open to a walkthrough, which is where they show you how to get through the game. And if there's a puzzle you can't get, go to that part of the walkthrough, and they'll show you how to get through the frustrating puzzles. I know it's lazy, but it's less frustrating for me. As far as like a bad game that I played, just to give you a heads up, is a game called Lost Ember. It's a sit-down game, and it looked good, like you're walking around. But the way the character and the camera motion was in the game, I really got motion sickness in about 10 minutes, and it was one of those bad motion sicknesses. Felt very ill for about an hour afterwards. I played it on the PC without VR, and it's an okay game, but that's one of those things where it's like, okay, you can play something on the PC, but it doesn't necessarily translate to a virtual reality setting. So just keep that in mind, that some things there'll be both PC and VR, whatever the experience is. You just need to make sure that it works on the VR version if you're going to do that. So the bottom line on this thing is I bought it as I'm approaching retirement, and I'm sure a lot of you have already reached retirement or beyond, and you sit around at home all day and everything. This is really something I think I'm looking forward to doing this more and more as I learn more with it, and get off my butt, especially in the winter months. Do some of the exercises. I'm still exploring some of the activities you can do on it, and as I'm finding more and more things to do, I find that it can get very invigorating. And depending on how mobile you want to be or how mobile you can't be, you can pick the activities that you want. So that's basically it. If you have any questions or suggestions, if you think I missed something you want to know more about, just please put it in the comments section below. If you liked this video, maybe learned a little bit, please give me a thumbs up. Also, maybe consider subscribing. That really helps my channel quite a bit. And I'd like to thank you very much for watching.